He doesn't require, you guys need far less more to succeed than you actually think you do. You don't need, you guys always hear me back, giving a hard time to stuff and possessions and all these things. It's not because I think it's, bad to have things. It's that I think that it's bad for things to have you. It's bad for things to have you. It's bad for if what you're working for is stuff, then you're working for nothing, because stuff goes away the moment your soul leaves this earth. So what you got to work for is that race. What you have to persevere towards is that place that's marked out for you. That place where God has this purpose for you to go out and do what He's asked you to do. That's what you are supposed to endure for. That's what you're supposed to not lose heart over. That's what you're supposed to not grow weary doing, is pursuing that place that is marked out for you. Because God has a place marked out for you, no matter what age, no matter what race, no matter what anything. There's no excuse. God has birthed in you a place where you are supposed to be. For some of you, that's in the school. For some of you, that's on a pulpit. For some of you, that's in the streets. For some of you, that's in connection with many other things. For some of you, that could be anything. But my aim here is for you guys to see that carrying this baggage, not checking it when you got a journey to go on, will just make everything a lot harder. You may still get there. You might miss a couple flights. You may still get there. It may just take you a little longer. It may just be a little more stressful. It may just be a little harder. You may get there, but when you check the baggage, when you say, God, here's the baggage. Oh, and by the way, here's the carry-on. I'm more excited about my journey than I am in keeping my things. And I've talked about this before, this exchange that God gives us, this unfair exchange. And I think about what Jesus is asking us to do when we read these scriptures. It's always the same thing. It's this unfair exchange of victory for surrender. Right? Where else in the world can you exchange victory for surrender? Where you come and you surrender and then you have victory. Everywhere else it's backwards. Everywhere else, it's you come and you try to fight, you fight, and then you hope for victory. But Jesus is saying, no, it's backwards. You surrender and then you win. You surrender and then then you're victorious. You surrender, you bow to your knees, you humble yourself, and then that's when you win. That's when you're able to let go of your stuff. You surrender your baggage to me and you go on the journey. That's what God is calling us to do. It's not the other way around. There's going to be a moment to endure. There's going to be a moment to not grow weary. There's going to be a moment to not lose heart. But as long as we carry that baggage, that moment is every day and every second. Because we're not supposed to carry that stuff. I tell you guys over and over again, you're probably tired of hearing me, but I think about this message like if it's the last message I'm ever going to get to tell you in my life. And if this is the last message that I ever get to speak to you, ever, it will be, God, in exchange for our surrender, will offer you victory. If this is the last thing you ever hear from my lips, God will offer you a victory when you surrender to Him. When you check.